Newswatch, the 5 o'clock show with Michelle Ferreri.
When did you know that you were a Rick Mercer Canadian icon, the guy that can get away with,
no,
with
I
so
never.
much?
Tonight we wrap up our three-part series on 8-Wing CFB Trenton, the heart of Canada's air mobility forces. I still think money is a personal thing from a person to person.
Oh, bite me.
Really?
Yeah, because you see, what does your money say about you?
I should tell you how much I make?
You can tell me how much you make if you want. I'll tell you how much I make.
How much money do you make? Well, we turn David Guetta back up, and I dance my way through this next commercial break. This is also coming up on the 5 o'clock show. You have a beautiful family. That's got to be a whole other component of your pride. A beautiful wife.
Yes.
Corey.
From Peterborough. She's over there.
She's McMullen. Can we go over and look at
Yes,
your
of
beautiful
course.
kids? Thank you so much. It's so an honor to have you in our community. Why did you come to Canada?
You keep talking like that, I may have to ask for a raise.
We're going to make some cool crafts. We're going to do some fun things. Ready? Yeah! And are we going to catch ourselves a leprechaun?
Yeah!
Because I think I saw one running up the hill, but he ran out of steam. His legs were too short.
Some logistical questions, Sarah. Going to the bathroom when you're 800 pounds.
Yep.
How do you do that?
Welcome to the top of the world, literally. CFS Alert, which means Canadian Forces Station Alert, is located 817 kilometers away from the North Pole. It's the northernmost permanently inhabited community in the world, and as you can imagine, it's cold. The average temperature in the winter is -40 without a wind chill. But one of the soldiers we met while here said when he arrived in February, it was -60. In the summer months, during 24 hours of light, the average temperature is 3 degrees, and the snow does melt. It's considered a desert, meaning it's very dry and receives only 6 inches of precipitation a year. The Canadian Forces set up here in the early 50s as a weather station. Then, in 1958, it began its operational role as a signals intelligence unit. In 2009, the Royal Canadian Air Force took command of the station, and now it's a unit of 8-Wing CFB Trenton. Each year, CFS Alert relies on Operation Box Top, a biannual resupply mission.
Well, today for the specific supplies, we actually brought 27 passengers, including yourself, and a total of 60,000 pounds of cargo. So there's, in fact, the cargo is all right here that we brought up.
And what would be in that cargo? What are some of the supplies inside of it?
Well, some of the stuff that we have, there's a tracked vehicle that's about to come off, a big yellow tracked vehicle for driving around here in the snow. And then a lot of the stuff that we have here for supplies could be anything from food to water to whatever supplies the station needs here to keep operating.
Well, at the top of the world, as you can imagine, there are some restrictions in how you build things. Obviously, a lot of permafrost here, which means everything needs to be built on top of the ground. This here is the fuel line. So for Operation Box Top, they would drain the planes, they would unload them, and then they send it right up into these pipelines and into these fuel tanks. Everything, water treatment plant, all the buildings are built on top of the ground because you just can't dig down because of the permafrost. And coming up tomorrow on part 2 of our special on CFS Alert, we'll meet some of the wildlife that coexists with the humans up here at the top of the world. We'll also find out the role Environment Canada plays here, as well as how these people cope when it's 24 hours of darkness.